Hey everyone, Mark the Movie Man here. So glad you could join us today. Got an interesting religious themed horror film that just came out recently, and it is called Consecration. It is brought to us by director Christopher Smith, and we get the story of Grace, whose priest brother dies under kind of mysterious circumstances. They say that it was suicide, but she thinks something else is going on. So she goes to the convent where her brother was practicing in Scotland. And as she takes her investigation on, she's finding resistance from those who are there. But, you know, as she's scratching beneath the surface, she's finding some dark secrets, not only about this convent, but also about herself. And we see how all of that collides with Grace as she has this moment of self-discovery and uncovers what truly happened to her brother in this dark film. Yeah, Christopher Smith really bringing us a story that's steeped in the religious themes. I mean, not only does it just take place on a convent, but we deal with stories and traditions and all of these other elements worked into it. And it kept me interested on where they were going with this. And he takes some chances too as well, especially with our supporting cast in here who are sisters as well, who are at the convent, and some odd things start happening with them and their behavior and that, and all seems to center around Grace. Jenna Malone playing Grace, she does fantastic in here as this woman who at first is just driven to discover what really happened to her brother and having this distrust of the church, but at the same time slowly and reluctantly discovering things about herself that, yeah, again, they went to some places I did not expect in here in a pleasant way. I was like, oh, we're doing this. We're committing to this gimmick and idea. And I liked that because it was just a little bit different, especially the one section they have here where there's a location where there's a ruins of, I believe it is a church or whatnot, and people to confess their sins, and then they take a step back for every sin they've committed since their confession, and well, there's a ledge at the back of it, so if they have one too many sins, they fall off. And I love how they work that into the story later. There's a number of tension-filled moments in here, creepy moments, intense moments, and some gory moments. There's a lot of blood in here, which I didn't expect, and some gore in here as well that really surprised me. It looked really good with the lighting and the settings that they have in here. All these set pieces in that where they're at also is interesting, giving the convent its own characteristics and making it almost another character. There's an interesting legend that we have in here as things are revealed, and I didn't expect that as well. So, I mean, it is not made on a huge budget, but they do make the most of the budget they have. It's got a high production value. Danny Houston playing Father Romero. Great seeing him on screen, and he really brought it. Though, with him playing the Father Romero character, you can kind of guess where they're going to go with it, given past characters Danny Houston has played. But I really liked the layers that he brought to him, too. So, yeah, overall, Consecration is a decent indie religious-themed horror film. I think it gets a little surreal at the end, a little more than I would have liked, leaving just a few gray areas in that, but they do that on purpose. But at the same time, the rest of it is very entertaining for me, and I think it'll be entertaining for you as well. So check it out if you have seen Consecration. Love to hear your constructive thoughts on it. Like, subscribe, bells and whistles and all that here, and help us get to 5K of subscribers before the end of the year. You can only do that with your help. I thank you for watching, and until next time, remember, keep that ticket stub.